a5. Has a5 actually been played?
A5 was played,
Yeah, because of course there are lots of lines with taking on b5 and knight a3, which introduces...
Okay, these two know a thing or two about openings. So we see a Ruy Lopez, Spanish, a6, and this very trendy line. I never really know what to call it. I used to think it was the Mullah, and then I was told it was the Archangel, and then the Dark Archangel, the Neo, something, the Neo Mullah.
Yeah, anyway, where black plays bishop c5.
Exactly, that's what I in Spanish. That's what I know it does. White plays a4, rook to b8, and it's been very trendy recently to take on b5 and play this variation at the World Cup. This happened several times, knight takes e5, and this variation with d4, hitting two pieces. But in this position, it can get a bit scary for the white bishop, which soon might find itself a bit offside. So Nodirbek, maybe aiming to avoid that trend, pushes c3. This is the other main line. d6, d4, and a5. I must confess that I once blundered here by taking on a5 when I was very young.
and tell me what happened after that.
Knight takes a5. The refutation is not obvious, but it's rook takes a5, a exchange sacrifice. And after d takes e5, it turns out that black has no easy move here. If black, for example, takes back, then there's a queen exchange, and despite being the exchange down, white lands one of these forks and just wins the game.
Okay, and we can't move the knight somewhere sensible after d takes e5.
Yes, I think this is also possible, and if I recall correctly, it's something along the lines of knight to g5 here. Or is it just to capture first? Either way, white generates quite a big attack. Actually, I think it's to take first.
It's interesting, it's not so simple, is it?
No. And the problem is if black simply tries to take, then there's quite a big initiative here for white. And if black just tries to get on with it in castle, then after h3 the knight gets kicked.
Okay.
To some really bad squares, and something along these lines is just very strong.
Good to know.
For white, so anyone at home, don't blunder by taking a free pawn this early in the game if a super GM opponent puts it to you. But Danny, you must have had some experience. You've been a Spanish player for many years.
Yeah. No, I mean, I absolutely love playing the Spanish with white. But maybe my favourite opening to play, I've never played it with black.
Okay. Sicilian all the way.
Sicilian all the way. Well, and a few other Frenchy caro things. But I just love the kind of strategic nature of it, that it can build really nicely and then suddenly, it can explode tactically. I love that white is playing often on both sides of the board. I don't know, some openings just kind of fit you like a glove.
Yeah.
Always loved it. I've often, in this kind of thing with the early bishop c5, I've actually often just gone d3 and played quite conservative. Well, at first quite conservatively.
Yes.
Just another way to play it. But I mean, there is so much theory. I mean, a5.
has other targets just in case.
Yeah, so king d3, king h7, I guess. Just got to stop g6.
Yeah.
And then, should we
Which one?
take on a6? I don't know.
Yeah, take on a6.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, probably no problem. I'm slightly afraid of rook here, king c2 and rook back.
c2. Okay, I guess we could go back to c6.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Even rook b6 is probably... Yeah, rook c6. Yeah, just keep the rook behind, push a6 and...
I mean,
too many
the king can't move, black's king can't move. The rook should be tied to the a-pawn.
Yeah. Yeah, this is...
Should be, I guess. Should we just...
There's something like this, rook behind.
Yeah.
Rook check, but rook
a check, and...
Black is way too slow.
Yeah, so rook check, I mean the king... Actually, where does black's king go to?
Yeah.
After rook c7, back rank g6.
Checkmate.
And if king g6 and h7 is also the end, so
Yeah.
actually the black's rook can't get active.
Yes. I think it's just going on because Mishra got more time, but
Yeah.
he even plays king f4. He's that confident about going forward in king g4. Danny, he is
Beast.
brutal. He
The
is
beast. Great. He's pressing.
Nodirbek the Swift. They're looking at us, they can hear us on the camera, but he's got 1 hour 42 on his clock.
Incredible.
This will be 45.
Yeah. So he has more time on the clock than he started with. Okay, of course, 15 minutes. Was it half an hour?
Half an hour.
Half an hour, I beg your pardon. Half an hour was added.
But still, it's
Still,
yeah,
an incredible performance, yeah.
very impressive.
So yeah, this doesn't actually change anything at all, does it? Because, well, okay, let me put the rook to... Yeah, put the rook to the back somewhere.
Yeah.
Rook e2.
Just to try and support the pawn.
Oh, that's nice. You can check on c7 because it's mate on g7 if king g6. Very nice.
Yeah.
So in that way, the king's got to go back, and then g6, and it's...
Yeah.
That's all she wrote, basically.
Yeah. This is domination. Yeah, actually, it was quite a nice plan. Just rook behind the c-pawn, and the rest of his position's free.
It's
he can do what he
really
wants.
clean. Incredibly clean.
Wow. Backing up the amazing opening preparation with just very, very smooth play.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant game.
At least we can shake off any fears of a curse that all games would be drawn today, just like yesterday. Emirates Stadium.
Well, yeah, I mean, quite a few look like they're going to be unbalanced, let's put it like that. Let's what's happened with Gawain?
Yes. Wow.